Have you seen these Bruce Lee collection catalog books? If not, stay tuned, they're coming right up. Hey guys, welcome back. Charles Damiano back from the Bruce Lee collection for another exciting episode. On a previous episode, I reviewed 4 of my Bruce Lee collection catalog books that I put out in 1999, 2000, going through 2004, and we reviewed the first 4 catalog books that I put out, which you see here. And this was a way for me to share my collection with collectors and fans around the world back in the day. So I had a lot of fun putting these together. I did 8 in total. And today I'm going to be reviewing the second batch of 4 that I put out that took me from 2003 to 2004, maybe early 2005. And those are these here today. And I'm going to start with catalog book number 5. And we're going to review this real quick. And then I'll get into my last 3 catalogs as well, which I think you guys are going to find amazing. So in this catalog book, this came out in 2004. It was a memorabilia book that I put out. It was issue number 5 from the Bruce Lee collection, which was my website at the time, which I still have. And it showed all collectibles from my collection that I was able to share with fans and collectors around the world. And I put this beautiful cover on the book of a picture of Bruce Lee from Enter the Dragon, a great back cover of some rare images of Bruce Lee from all his films and Enter the Dragon as well. And then as you flip through this one, in this catalog book, you were able to get a glance of some of my other collectibles. Again, as I was moving more into the year now, 1980, 1999, closer to the year 2000, and as I was picking up collectibles still to add to my collection, I wanted to share it with those around the world. So I start out this collectible book by showing some 4x6 color photos that I picked up along the way on Bruce Lee from all his films, and I categorized them by film. So these first ones that you see here are photos that I put together in this catalog book from Enter the Dragon that I picked up along the way. Also black and white 4x6 postcards or photos that you could see along the way, and then various photos of Bruce Lee from all his other films that I added into this catalog book. And then I went into videos, video covers, more Enter the Dragon color 4x6 photos that I picked up along the way. So you'll see all these in this catalog book. It was over 20 pages. It featured, again, probably another 300 different collectibles from my collection that you didn't see in the first 4 catalog books that I added into this catalog book. And then I get into various Bruce Lee magazines. Again, I found some more Golden Movie News magazines, some more rare Chinese magazines. I include some Bruce Lee plates that I picked up along the way that were done by artist Steve Walling back in the 90s, which were simply beautiful. One from Chinese Connection, Game of Death, and Return of the Dragon. So I feature those in the magazine. And then I get into various Bruce Lee CDs and keychains and kind of odd and end things, more Bruce Lee DVDs, and then I get into some newspapers that came out on Bruce Lee along the way that you can see in this magazine, some more 4Cs Weekly, and then various giant lobby card posters that were 15 inches by 20 inches that I picked up along the way. And then I get into some of my Bruce Lee figures and toys that I started putting into glass showcases, and I display those in the catalog book as well, that you can see and have an opportunity to purchase some of these items that I had doubles in. More Bruce Lee posters. I get into some Brandon Lee posters. So what I started doing later on is I started adding a lot of Brandon Lee collectibles into these catalogs too, because when Brandon Lee passed back in March 31 of 1993, a lot of collectibles started coming out on all his movies, and I started picking those up from Rapid Fire, Laser Mission, Showdown in Little Tokyo, The Crow, and I started adding those into the catalog books as well. And in this one, you also get into more Bruce Lee, both regular posters and movie posters that I picked up along the way. Now, I don't know about you, but as a kid, any movie poster or poster that came out on Bruce Lee I would purchase, and I had it on my bedroom wall as a kid. And love to hear from you guys. Did you guys line your wall with Bruce Lee movie posters as a kid growing up back in the day? If so, leave it in the comments. I'd love to hear from you guys. And then I end with some Bruce Lee posters from Game of Death, Return of the Dragon, Enter the Dragon. So this catalog shows a variety of collectibles that I picked up along the way. Again, I do not have this one still available, but I can special make one for you if you're interested in it, in picking it up and adding this to your collection. Just email me at cdbrlee@aol.com and we can discuss the details. Now I'm going to move on to what I consider photo books. These were more memorabilia books because these showed a lot more than just photos. They show magazines, movie posters, slides, films, DVDs, lobby cards, press kits, and all that. So that's what the first 5 catalogs featured from my collection. Everything but photos. Some of them did have some photos, but these specifically specialized in photos on Bruce Lee. And I'll start with this one, which was called the Bruce Lee Photo Book Collection, and it includes photos of all Bruce Lee films except for Enter the Dragon, which I did in a separate photo book because I had the most photos on that film. And I put some really nice photos on the back cover of Bruce Lee from Fist of Fury, Chinese Connection, some rare, never before seen photos. And then as you flip through these photo books, they're in black and white because they're all of my black and white photos that I collected throughout the year on all Bruce Lee's films. 8x10 original black and white photos that I would get from different memorabilia houses, Movie Star News, Jerry Ollinger's. I buy some online. And again, I start out showing photos from the Green Hornet and Batman from the early 60s, and we move into Marlowe and photos from the Wrecking Crew, which Bruce Lee played a fight coordinator on, which was a movie with Dean Martin, and they hired him back then as a fight coordinator, so I have some fun photos from that movie. And then we move on to Fists of Fury, and I have a bunch of beautiful black and white photos of Bruce Lee from that movie, as well as the Chinese Connection, which you will see a variety of photos from there, and that's probably my second favorite movie of all time that Bruce Lee put out. What are your 2 top Bruce Lee movies? Mine's Enter the Dragon and the Chinese Connection. Leave it in the comments. Love to hear what your top 2 Bruce Lee movies are. And then we move on to Return of the Dragon with Chuck Norris, which was another classic film of Bruce Lee's. I go into all the different photos that I have from Return of the Dragon. Game of Death obviously is in here as well, and then various other photos of Bruce Lee that I picked up along the way, of behind the scenes, photos of Bruce with his family, photos of Bruce training, and the list goes on. And I end with some Brandon Lee photos in this catalog book as well. So again, another great photo book, and this was put together as a means for collectors to pick up photos that they wanted to add to their collection. Most of these photos I had doubles and triples of, so I was more than happy to part with 1 or 2 of them. I would always keep my originals, which I still have in my collection, but the doubles I either use for trade to get photos that I didn't have as my collection, or if the person really wanted it, we would just sell the photo and we would work out a price for that. And I did have a price guide in the back of this catalog book as well, which was more of a photo book. And that's the 6th one that I put out. And now the 7th book I put out was the Enter the Dragon photo book collection. And again, this focused on all my photos, 8x10, that I picked up along the way from when I was a kid, 13 years old, back in 1973, till current. And this came out somewhere in the year 2003, 2004, because that's when I was putting out a lot of these catalog books. And this one focuses all photos of Bruce Lee in black and white from Enter the Dragon. Has a beautiful back cover of photos of Bruce Lee from that movie as well. And again, it's about 20 pages, 25 pages in total, and it has over 200 to 250 beautiful photos of Bruce Lee from Enter the Dragon. And what I did in this catalog book is I tried to put the photos in order that the film took place. So photos that start out with the fight scene with Sammo Hung in the opening battle when the movie first began, and then it moved over to them getting to the island of Han, and then, you know, photos of him, Bruce Lee, John Saxon, and Gene Kelly at the banquet, in their rooms, waiting for the tournament to begin. You know, Bruce Lee doing his little kata in the room, to when he squares off with Bob Wall, which was the first incredible one-on-one fight scene that we saw in Enter the Dragon, outside of the Sammo Hung fight scene, which started out the film, which was simply incredible. And then I move on to photos of Bruce Lee in the dungeon scene, and I probably have pages of photos on that because that's one of my favorite Bruce Lee fight scenes of all time. So you're going to be fascinated of the photos you see there. And then we move on to Bruce Lee photos of him in the courtyard battle, which was another classic and epic battle that Bruce Lee choreographed and put together at the time. And then we move on to photos of Bruce Lee meeting Han in his showroom just before they get into the mirror room battle, which was again another classic fight scene. So a bunch of photos on that. And then I have behind the scenes photos of Bruce Lee in Enter the Dragon as well, which are always a lot of fun and very hard to find at this time, which you guys will get a chance to see in this photo book as well. Again, a lot of Bruce Lee photos of him behind the rock wall, which are now become very classic, which you can see here. And then obviously I end with more Enter the Dragon photos that I added, some Bruce Lee headshots of Enter the Dragon that came out on Bruce Lee. And if you're an Enter the Dragon fan, you will love this photo book of Bruce Lee from Enter the Dragon. Again, I don't have any more of these available. Like I said, I used to put these out in very limited quantity, maybe 50 I would print at a time, and when they were gone, and I believe maybe that's why now you'll see some of these appear on eBay, like we did with the Japanese collector in the first episode, where he's selling 3 of my photo books for $275. Obviously, if you want these, I still have a few of my originals, catalog number 2 and 3, at reasonable prices. I could let them go. Email me at cdbrlee@aol.com and we can discuss the details. And if you want any of these, which I don't have available, I can put 1 or 2 available for you. This is the Enter the Dragon photo. Reach out to me through email, let me know, and we'll talk about the details and how that would work. And again, last but not least, I still had more collectibles in my collection to share with fans and collectors around the world from back in the day. And this was the last catalog book I put together as I was going through all my 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 Bruce Lee collectibles. I said, wow, man, I have a lot of color photos on Bruce Lee as well. Beautiful 8x10 color photos. I like to put that in a catalog book, and that's when I came out with this one, the last of the catalogs. It's catalog number 8, and it's called the Bruce Lee Color Photo Book Collection. Have a beautiful picture of Bruce Lee at the rock wall, and a couple of nice photos here at the bottom. I also put a nice back cover on this catalog book as well, as you can see here, featuring a couple of nice Bruce Lee images, so making the catalog book very, very desirable. Back in the day, I used to include a little photo, and in this case I have a photo of Bruce Lee and the monk in a nice little 3.5 by 5 postcard that you got with the catalog book. And again, this catalog book shows all the color photos that I have in my collection, starting with 8x10 photo section of Bruce Lee from the Green Hornet, and the photos that I have from the Green Hornet when he made that 26 episode series back in 1966, 1967. And as you flip through the book, again, I like to put these in chronological order from when his movies came out. I then go over to Fists of Fury, and I have photos in that movie. We go to Chinese Connection, and I have color photos on that movie as well. And then we enter the Dragon, go to that movie, and I have loads of beautiful color photos of Bruce Lee from Enter the Dragon and all the various scenes that he put together. And as you continue to flip through this 25 page color photo book of all Bruce Lee's films, you get to behind the scenes of Enter the Dragon, so more color photos there. And then as you continue to flip through, I go to Return of the Dragon, so you'll see a nice variety of color photos of Bruce Lee there, The Game of Death, and then I get into some miscellaneous photos on Bruce Lee and Brandon Lee, which I think you guys will enjoy. As you continue to flip through, I do a special Brandon Lee section of all my 3x5, 4x6, 8x10 color photos of Brandon Lee from all his movies as well. And then I put in more photos from Fist of Fury, Chinese Connection, Enter the Dragon, and these were smaller 4x6 photos that I picked up back in Chinatown. A lot of newsstands along the way in the early 70s that had these small 4x6 color photos of Bruce Lee, and I picked up hundreds along the way, and I display those in these catalog books as well. And again, those are from all his films, including Enter the Dragon, Return of the Dragon, The Game of Death, and then I show various other Bruce Lee photos, 5x7 photos, Bruce Lee calendar cards, which a set of calendar cards came out on Bruce Lee where they had a calendar in the back and a beautiful image of Bruce Lee on the front. So the list goes on. And then I even add in some bonus black and white photos of Bruce Lee, because as I was putting this catalog together, I found other photos that I didn't feature in my black and white photo catalogs that I wanted to put in this, because I always like trying to share with the collectors and fans as many of the Bruce Lee photos that I had in my collection, because I knew they took joy in flipping through these catalog books and just looking at all the different photos that were available on Bruce Lee that you could pick up as a kid along the way. So that was my last photo book that I put out, and I guess this whole project took me about 5 years. It was a passion of love. Again, I put out 8 catalog books in total along the way, and I really loved putting together every one, because it not only gave me an opportunity to go through my Bruce Lee collection and see all my collectibles and pull them out and have fun scanning them into my computer, but it helped me organize my collectibles in a fashion that's easy to get to now and easy to find as I go through my Bruce Lee rooms. So that's it for these featured catalog books. I hope you found these episodes fun. If you haven't ever seen these catalog books before, I thought it'd be fun to take them out of my collection and show you guys what I was involved with back in 2000 to 2004, putting these together. And again, if you like to still pick up a few of these, I do have a few available, especially catalog book number 2 and 3, which are printed from back in the day, that I do have available. Email me at cdbrlee@aol.com. We can discuss the details. If you're new to the channel and haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you never miss an episode similar to this, and give the video a thumbs up and like the video. Until next time, Charles Damiano once again signing out from the Bruce Lee Collection, saying have fun collecting, and we'll see you guys next time. Take care, guys.